Giriraj Baba Ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Sham. This is Govardhan Annakut Utsav 2022 in Radhakund Dham and Giri Govardhan. We say, the Padakartas, they sing Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sham, Jaya Jaya Shri Vrindavan Dham. Then they sing Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan, Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan. So Giriraj, Dharan, and Shamakunda Radhakunda, they go together. They're a team. Giridhari is Krishna and Radhakund is Radharani. So wherever we have Shaktiman, Krishna, Giridhari, Giriraj, you have Shakti, Radharani, Radhakund. No one says this is Shamakund. Shamakund is just an addendum to Radharani. There's Radhakund and there's Shamakund. The sign says Radhakund, it says Kangan Kund in Hindi, Kangan. Krishna, not Krishna's bangles, Radharani's bangles, Kangan. So this is the important thing, that this Radhakund, and when you talk about Govardhan, you have to talk about Radhakund. There's no such thing as talking about Giriraj without talking about Radhakund. Turn it on, thank you. This is the Govardhan Annakut Festival 2022, and Radhakund Dham and Giri Govardhan. So we're talking about Shaktiman, Giriraj Dharan, Teri Sharan, Rakulacha Hamari Shi Govardhan. This is a popular mantra of Brajvasis. Giriraj Dharan, Teri Sharan. It means in Brajvasi, O Giridhari, Teri Sharan, you are my shelter. You are my only shelter. Teri Sharan, Rakulacha Hamari Shi Govardhan. O Govardhan, please protect my shyness. Rako Hamari. What is it?
Rakulacha Hamari.
Giriraj Dharan Teri Sharan Rakulacha Hamari Shi Govardhan. Please protect my shyness. Shyness means loyalty. Shyness means attachment to Krishna, no one else. So Giriraj is the greatest devotee, and Giriraj is the greatest form of Bhagavan, because he manifests dual aspects of Bhagavan, the Bhakti aspect and the Bhagavan aspect. Because Bhagavan is only Bhagavan, he's not complete. Bhagavan Ramachandra is a good guy. Bhagavan Vishnu is a good guy. Nrsimha Bhagavan is a good guy. But only Giriraj is Bhagavan and Bhakta Dono. Both Bhagavan and Bhakta. So he's much more supreme and full expression of Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a full expression of Godhead because he is Bhagavan and he's Bhakta. He's Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Vande Krishna's Rupam, and he's also Shakti Tattva and Mahabhav Prem Tattva. He's Prem Tattva Radharani because he's a Bhava of Radharani and a Kanti of Radharani. He's a golden color of Radharani and a Bhava of Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a full expression of Godhead, and Giridhari is a full expression of Godhead because he's Bhakta and Bhagavan. Therefore, Radharani explains in Venugita in chapter 21 and 10th canto, glorifies Giriraj is Haridas Varya. He's the greatest of all Haridasas. There's 18,000 slokas in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 354 chapters, 12 cantos. And all those 18,000 slokas, 3 slokas describe 3 personalities that are Haridasas. So many Haridasas are described, every canto of Bhagavatam describing Haridas. Narada Muni's Haridas, Dhruva Maharaj's Haridas, Ambarish's Haridas, Prithu, so many Haridasas are there. But only 3 are described as Haridas. They're all dasas, they're all servants of Krishna. But 3 are distinguished by the name Haridas. Who are they? Haridas Yudhisthira. Yudhisthira is one Haridas. The second Haridas is Uddhava Mahashaya. And the third Haridas is not Haridas, he's Haridas Varya. Varya means Govardhan. Vardhan means extra, special, increased. He's the best. He's better than Yudhisthira, because Yudhisthira is in Vatsalya Ras and Sakya Ras. And he's better than Uddhav and Sakiras. Because Giriraj is the best Haridas because he's Bhagavan and Bhakta. That's the first distinguishing quality. Because Yudhisthira and Uddhava are only Bhakta, not Bhagavan. And he's Sakshat Krishna and he's Sakshat Krishna Bhakta. And moreover, he has Madhurya Ras. He relishes Madhurya Ras. He provides facility for Krishna Srupam to relish Radharani's Mahabhav in his Giri Kandara. Giri Kandara means the caves of Govardhan. The most rahasya, intimate pastimes of Radha Krishna occur in the Kandara, in the Gufa, in the caves of Giri Govardhan. So Haridas Varya is in Venugit, chapter 21 of the 10th canto of Venugit. Radharani herself is speaking this verse. It's Venugit, chapter 21, 10th canto, verse 34, 35, something like that. So there, Radharani is saying Haridas is the best of all Haris. Why? Because he gives the best, most intimate service to the highest form of Bhagavan. Highest form of Bhagavan is Krishna Vrindavan. And the highest rasa that Krishna experiences in Vrindavan is Madhurya Ras, Sringarati, the amorous, erotic love between Radha and Krishna in Vraja. This is all arranged for and provided by Giri Govardhan. Giriraj Dharan Ki.
Yay!
So when we do Prikrama of Govardhan, there's a Prikrama mantra that we're supposed to chant when we're doing Dandavat Prikrama or just walking casually around, if we can do that. We're not so fortunate these days. We're praying for that fortune that come in the future, where we have the strength and power to do Giriraj Prikrama. There's one, Giri Govardhan Le Sharan, Radha Krishna Ki De Charan. Giri Govardhan Le Sharan, Radha Krishna Ki De Charan. I launched a kirtan of this mantra in 2009 in Govardhan and Govinda Kund with 350 Russians. We were sitting on the west bank of Govinda Kund, right under the shade of Govardhan Hill, on the west bank with 350 Russians. We were sitting on a platform under a peepal tree, and a bunch of birds in the tree. And when I was giving a lecture, the birds pooped on me. The birds pooped on my back. And everybody said, Maharaj, the birds pooped. I said, yeah, that's a blessing. Special blessing. And a few people laughed. I think one was Zenya Zatova. Zenya Zatova and Alexandra Estonia. Alexandra Estonia from Minsk or somewhere. Siberia, south of the North Pole. Somewhere over there, where it slightly thaws out in the summer. It gets up to negative 25 degrees. A warm day in the summer is minus 25 degrees centigrade. And then all the little Alexandras come out and do suntanning. So, Giri Govardhan Le Sharan? No, that doesn't run. Giri Govardhan. What is that confused? Giri Govardhan Le Sharan, Radha Krishna Ki De Charan. So it means is you take shelter of Giri Govardhan and you attain the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. Giri Govardhan Le Sharan, take shelter of Giri Govardhan with Gunjavala. And what do you get? Radha Krishna Ki De Charan, lotus feet, lotus foots. You attain the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. So when you walk around, go around, you say this mantra. So Giriraj is very special. Krishna would have so many leelas here. Krishna picked up Govardhan for 7 days with his hand out of his love for Giriraj. And when Krishna came to Lord Chaitanya, he did Giriraj Prikrama, and he collapsed to Govinda Kund, and he embraced one Shila and clutched it, a big Shila, he clutched it to his heart, And he cried and cried and cried to Mahababa Radharani, bathing that Gauranga Shiva with his tears of Mahababa. So much love is contained in the Gauranga Shiva. So many leelas are contained in the Gauranga Shiva. Leelas of Lord Chaitanya, leelas of Krishna, leelas of Radharani, and leelas of the gopis. And leelas of Ramachandra also. This is a funny thing. Leelas of Ramachandra also packed up in the Gauranga Shiva. How so? Hanuman is not Govardhan.
No, bring.
What do you do? You're dreaming. Wake up. Way too much. You're still dreaming. Hanuman. Bajrang Bali ki. So, in Chaitya they're building Setubandha. It's called Setubandha or Dharma Setu. It's a bridge of Dharma because Ram represents Dharma and Ravana represents Adharma. Adharma is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsarya. Dharma is Satyam, Shivaram, Sundaram. Dharma is Satyam, Shivaram, Sundaram, and Adharma is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsarya. What does that mean? Adharma means irreligion, non-godly, asuric sampat, lust, anger, greed, Trividam, Narakashridam. Krishna says in Gita, these are three gates leading to Narak. Narak means hell. Three gates leading to hell are lust, anger, and greed. Go through one, and so go through three doors and you're guaranteed enter to hell. You get through the first door, lust, keep going. You run a little more, go through the second door, greed. Then, third door, envy, anger, whatever. Lust, greed, anger. Kam, Krodh, Lobh. Kam, Krodh, Lobh. Lust, anger, greed. So go through these three doors and lock yourself in hell and have a good time. Forever. That's what people are doing. It's called samsara. But that's what Ravana represents. Lust for Sita. He wanted Lakshmi without Ram. He wanted Sita without Ram. He wanted Dharma Patni without Dharma. He was adharmic, Ravana. But Ram represents Satyam, Shivaram, Sundaram. Beauty, beauty of heart, beauty of purpose, beauty of mind, and truth, and virtue, and valor, Satyam, and auspiciousness, and happiness for everyone, not just for himself. Ravana had a very beautiful kingdom, a very successful kingdom. Everybody was very happy. But he was bonkers. He was always rocker. Ravana was lusty for Sita. And this is adharmic. He had so many wives, Mandodari and ABC, XYZ, and all kinds of girls he snatched here and there. He had hundreds of girls, but he wanted more. So uncontrolled lust is the cause of destruction. Everywhere told, everywhere experienced. Ravana is a classic uncontrolled lusty person. So truth prevailed and Ram got back Sita. So during the building of Setubandha, Dharma Setu, Hanuman came to Vrindavan and wanted to pick up Govardhan. So it's a small rock. I picked up so many big Himalaya mountains, no big thing. So he went to pick up, he couldn't pick up a pebble, he couldn't pick a little pebble from Govardhan. He said, what's this? He said, Jai Shri Ram, 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 Shri Ram. Oh, can't do it. Because he's a devotee, he realized this must be somebody big. It's even Ram's power and Ram's smaran can't give me power to lift this shield. Who is this guy? Who are you? Giriraj was chewed. He was silent. He said, I don't have to speak to monkeys. You're a monkey talking Sanskrit. You're not a big deal. This is Vrindavan. We talk Brajvas. You don't know Brajvas? You're stupid. You know Sanskrit and all this fancy Sanskrit stuff. Hanuman was trying to lay out on Govardhan. Govardhan didn't buy it. He's a Brajvasi. He only likes Brajvas. So he ignored him. Shut up. So he said, well, I was told Shastra, whenever Narada Muni comes to Yodhya, Ramchandra always does production of Narada Muni. Ramchandra is Bhagavan, but when the great Rishi Narada Muni comes to Yodhya for darshan of Ram, Ramchandra gets all his asa and does parikrama of Narada Muni and bathes his feet. This is the achar, Rajniti. This is the rule for the king. He has to worship the rishis and sages like Narada Muni. So Hanuman thought, I saw that. I saw my Bhagavan Ramchandra do parikrama of Narada Rishi. This must be some big yogi in a rock body. Rocking yogi. This yogi rocks, man. This guy is rocking. Giriraj, Giriraj, Babaji. So, as Ram did parikrama Narada Muni, Hanuman zoom. 5-second parikrama, not 5 hours. My feet, my head, so on my head. Oh, my back hurts, my hips hurt. Oh, my feet, oh. I ate too much, I had to slim down a little bit. I can't. When I was younger, I was so easy, now I get so fat. It's so hard. Oh. Right? Malika? In the old days it was easier, huh? So he went around, Giriraj, and then he said, Giriraj, please, or wherever you are, you know who it was. He said, oh, rock man, or wherever he was. He said, please, I don't know who are you, you're a big rock, and Ramchandra Bhagavan, my Ishtadev, is building a bridge to get back his wife and all this. So please let me carry you to seva to Ramchandra. So Giriraj said, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Do seva to Ramchandra. He said, who is Ramchandra? Hanuman said, Giriraj said, who is Ramchandra anyway? Ramchandra is the form of Bhagavan. You heard Bhagavan Krishna, Ram, Vishnu. He said, yeah, well, I'm a Krishna Bhakta myself, Giriraj said. So, he said, but Ram and Krishna are similar. Krishna's green, Ram's green, Krishna's blue. So he said, okay, I'll help build the bridge. So Hanuman was allowed to lift Giriraj. He lifts Giriraj. And a voice came in the sky. The bridge is already finished. You don't have to pick up, you can put Giriraj back. So Hanuman put Giriraj back, and Giriraj started crying. Well, I don't know how Giriraj cried, but I can't give you a demonstration how Giriraj cries. After he eats my cooking, he cries. But not today, because all you guys cook, so he's not crying today. When I cook, he cries, but I go out, I leave him in his room for 10 minutes, so I don't have to listen to him crying. That's what they say, you're supposed to put the bog offering in front of these and wait for 20 minutes. Why do they tell you to go outside the deity room and wait for 20 minutes? So the Krishna can cry alone in his deity room, won't be embarrassed crying in front of you for making such a crappy offering. That's why the rule is there. You have to close the door and run away, and let Bhagavan take his boat privately. That's the real reason. Because when Radharani cooks in the underground and serves Krishna, the door is enclosed between the kitchen and the dining room. The door is wide open, and Krishna's eating, looking at Radharani in the kitchen. You can really go into the living room. Krishna's looking around, Radharani's looking in. But we close the deity door, we close the kitchen door, we go out on the veranda. The Krishna, well, this is the kitchen again, steamed vegetables, dried chapati's cooked 5 hours ago. No sweets, no fasting. Why is he fasting? I'm not fasting. So Krishna cries for 20 minutes. You ring the bell. Why do you clap your hands 3 times? So he can get a Kleenex out and wipe his face off. You clap your hands 3 times So Krishna knows, oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Okay, right, quick, wait. Smile. Nice offering. The rooster coming, and then you ring the bell to her, ding, ding, ding. It's okay, God, it's over. You're taking this stuff out of here. Okay, good. So, Giriraj cried, oh, I can't do Sitaram. Then Hanuman was really in a fix. First he tortured his poor sleeping Giriraj, made him get up and start flying in the air. They put him back down, didn't fulfill his desire to do Ram Seva. Now he's crying because he can't do Seva. Does anybody here ever cry because they can't do Seva? If somebody calls you up and says, can you do Seva? Yeah, I'll do the Seva. They call back and say, oh, I changed my idea. Oh, good, ah. When they tell you don't have to do Seva, you're so happy. When they tell you how to do Seva, I do Seva. I had to do this. Then you call your friend, Guru Maharaj asked you to do this. Should I do it? Yeah, you should do it, You're not initiated, you want to get initiated, you have to be good, Once you get initiated, then you can lay back. So before you get initiated, be real nice, always smile, bring little gifts and stuff. After you get initiated, then lay back, Be yourself, I've seen it 1,000 times. I'll see it 1,000 times more. It's nature, what to do. So, Hanuman's trying to stop Giriraj from crying. So then a voice said, the bridge is already filled. So then Hanuman said, wait, don't cry, Giriraj, I'll be right back. So Hanuman ran off to Setabanda. He said, Ram, there's a great bhakta of you and Krishna named Giriraj in Vrindavan, and he's crying because he couldn't do Seva. And Ram said, look, go back and tell him, I'm coming, I'll be right back, I'll be in Vrindavan in a few years. I'm coming as Krishna, just in 2.7 billion years, 2.7 million years from now. And for you, I'll tell him, I'll lift up, I will not use him for rich, I'll lift him on my hand for 7 days. I'll hold him in my hand personally for 7 days. So Hanuman came back with an answer, and so that's what happened. It's predicted by Ramalila. Well, this is showing that Giriraj has pastimes and Treta Yuga with Ram, and Dwapara Yuga with Krishna, and Kali Yuga with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and each with us. Also, every day when we do puja and talk about Giriraj. Now, one other point, it's not exactly glorification of Giriraj, but indirectly. I want to introduce you to one of your best friends. You haven't met this friend yet. You don't know very much about this friend, but this friend is a very nice friend. It's called Bhakti Rasmrita Sindhu, and it's translated in English as Nectar of Devotion. So it looks it's a very intimidating friend. He's very fat. He's 523 pages fat. A very fat friend. And he's fairly tall and stout. So he looks intimidating. It's too big, I can't read it, it's too fat. And then you start reading it, and you say, okay, I'm going to start. It's a big, okay, I'm going to tackle this. You start reading. And the first 150 pages about this offense, that offense, this offense. Oh my God. Nama Aparad, Shiva Aparad, Diya Aparad, so many Aparads. Oh, it's like some smart aleck. He said, you said there's 10 offenses to avoid in chanting the holy name of Krishna, right? Yeah. Dasa, Nam Aparad. But in Radharani's name, there's no description of Aparad. So better we chant Radharani's name and forget about Krishna. Is that a good idea? I said, no. Like my doctor, she says, you have to take this medicine. I said, what about this, not this, that? No. Take this. Okay. So, some smart aleck, he said, it's very chant Radharani name because there's no offense. So just chant Radharani. There's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just Radharani, no offense. I said, did your guru order you to chant 60 rounds of Radharani? No. Is there any movement called the Radha Consciousness Movement? International Society of Radha Consciousness? I don't think so. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll start with erotica. Founder Acharya, yours truly. But the thing is, we have to chant the Maha Mantra. We can't get a bunch of books and open them up and say all kinds of references for chanting 16 rounds or Radha Mantra. Can't find too many. But Maha Mantra has many references and Krishna now. So this book, Nectar Devotion, I'm going to give you a tip, which is a great virtue, a great value of BBT published books. It's called Index. General Index, which is in the back of the book. And this Nectar is English, Nectar Devotion. You have to look and see because sometimes they print these books in India and they cut out the index. It looks like the same book, it's printed in English in India, and they cut out the index. So you have to be sure when you get the book, pay attention, as index. Index is a summary of all subjects in the book. And listen to this index. The book ends on page 398, 400. That's the end of the Nectar Devotion. Now the index is 125 pages. This much of the book is just subject index. 125 pages. So when they print this book in English, they cut out that. They just give the book. So you have to look closely, because sometimes if it has it, buy it. And now, this tip I'm going to give you will help you get familiar, help you make friends with all the books. Because BBC books in English all have subject indexes. So what is a subject index? It tells you what's in the book. So what are we interested in? Who and what are we interested in? In case you don't know, I'll tell you. We're interested in Krishna. We're interested in Radharani. We're interested in gopis. We're interested in Giriraj Govardhan. We're interested in Vrindavan. You everyone agree? Radha, Krishna, Vrindavan, gopis, Madhuri Rati, Giriraj, Yamuna, Radhika. So now, these are the things you're interested in. Just like if you're a lady, you read Vogue magazine, you read Women's Home Journal, you don't read Sports Illustrated, and WW Boxing, World Boxing magazines, football, national football. Ladies read ladies magazines because it's their interest. So these are the subjects we're interested in. So now, you look in the book. I was looking at this book this morning under Krishna, because I'm interested in Krishna. Anyone here interested in Krishna? That's a lot. Why so much? How about eating? Krishna this much. How about eating? This much? Okay, so keep trying. So you look at Krishna here, and it goes like 30-page index. So I went to, here's this one example. 4 columns of entries about Krishna. So I went through and marked, I read this whole thing. I spent an hour reading the index about Krishna, ticking off the things I want to read about. So this page, there's like 30, there's 120, 130 different references to Krishna on these 2 pages. I ticked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ticked off 20. So let's read what I ticked off. Krishna in gopis, Krishna Purvarag, Krishna Radharani, Krishna sleeplessness tutu, Krishna in Vrindavan, Krishna Vrindavan invokes, separation from gopis, Shuk Govardhan Hill, Krishna sleepless due to Radharani. What's that? Sleepless due to Radharani. Smile of Krishna captivates the gopis. Then all of that, I skipped all that. The next thing I ticked off is spiritual master of the gopis. Speaks speaks smilingly. Krishna speaks smilingly. They took up, stole Radharani's clothes. What's that? Page 375. Then all big long I didn't take away. The next thing, sweetly looks at Radharani. Talks about the gopis with his friends. Talks cunningly with Radharani. Teased Jarji about her ugly face. Jarji's an old gopi. He's a thief of the girl's property. So I ticked off 15 things out of 125. So I'm definitely going to read those when next time I want to read. So then I turn the page. And again, it's 4 columns of Krishna. And I ticked off Krishna walks shoeless. He doesn't wear Gucci shoes. He wears Radharani's necklace. What's he doing that for? And then he's in a woman's dress. He's a whirlwind to spin the gopis' heads. Krishna offering a meditation. And that's it. So you got the idea. So you pick up a subject you're interested in and you look up. So I looked up. You got the idea I'm talking about? There's so many pages. Here's 4 more pages about Krishna. And then there's about 4 times, there's about 120 different entries about Krishna in these 2 pages. Just Krishna description, about 50 pages. You go. So on this page, what did I take off? There's so many things I just go down. I go, I'm not, no. I'm not interested in all these things. I'm interested in Radharani, Gopis, Vrindavan. Anyone agree with me? So this is how you read the book. You read the book. It's called Rasasar, Tapasar, interest. How do you say interest in Hindi, Sanskrit? Interest. Art or what do you say? Interest.
Ruchi.
What you like, what you're interested in. Ruchi. Sweet rice? No. Ruchi means taste. Taste the things you want to taste. So you're all in agreement? You're going to look at my book and read all the things I take off? Good idea. So look at there's so many things I didn't take. But this has a lot of things. Because it goes, under it's Krishna, then A, B, B, C, D, D. So it gets to Krishna and R. So then what does it say? Opportunity for rasa dance. The effect of Radha and Krishna on Radha's friend. Radha attacked by Krishna on the street. Krishna attacks Radharani on the street. Page 177. What are you talking about? That's Sajya Bodhi. It's Prabhupada's books. Huh? I never read them. Radharani attacked by Krishna on the Yamuna, attacked on the street, attacked everywhere. Radharani's forehead decorated by Krishna. Radha dissatisfied with Krishna. Sounds familiar. Radha embraced by Krishna. Radha enthused by Krishna. Radha impersonated by Krishna. That means Krishna dressed as Radharani. Radha in Bandirava with Krishna. Radharani left Krishna as a joke. Radha neglects the jokes of Krishna. That's not good. Don't neglect my jokes. That's a cause for expulsion, excommunication, castigation, excommunication. Radha passes the night with Krishna. Radha, quote unquote, peace personified for Krishna. Peace? Radha in Krishna and Radha's dream. Radha is seen sweetly by Krishna. Radha's effect on Krishna. Radha's first seeing of Krishna. Radha's garment taken by Krishna. Radha's husband imitated by Krishna. Radha suspected of other attachment. Radha takes Krishna away. So like that, you got the idea what I did, huh? I read the index, I looked under Krishna, I skimmed down under Krishna, I had all the interesting things I want to read about. Now read about that other stuff. I already read the book 10 times already. But just to give you an idea, to get your appetite whet for reading books by zero focus, because you don't know what the hell is in this book at all. You'll never read it in 500 years. Might as well say, admit it right now. You got too many things to do, and too many places to go, and too many people to see. And the books ain't one of them. But it should be. But at least you can make it interesting by approaching it this way, and then you might stumble into reading the whole thing someday. Because all these entries that I'm talking about are all in one Stairati. They're all in the Stairati that is our permanent Stairati, our permanent loving mood towards Krishna. Is Madhura Rati, which means amorous, erotic, intimate love. In the mood of Radha and Krishna. So we're supporting that, we're serving that, we're striving for that, we're meditating on that. So all these entries are related to the Vibhava Lamban and the Vibhava Ashraya. You praying Vishaya and praying Lamban. Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna are worshipful, and we're worshiping in a particular mood of love called Madhura Rati, our Stairati. Permanent fixed mood is Stairati, is Madhura Rati. So then you can look under Radharani, see all things out of Radharani, and you can look under. So now we're going to talk about Giri Govardhan. So I said, I had to speak about Govardhan, but I got lost in Krishna. I looked at Govardhan, found 5 or 6 things. I said, well, it's all about this. So I got into Krishna. I have all these interesting things. I'm eager and excited. I have to pick up this book and read about all these things. Every time you read one of these entries, it augments and increases your understanding, your feelings, your bhavas, and sensitivity to the moods and love and feelings of Radha and Krishna and Madhurya Rati. This is what means Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhav means you think like a Gopi, you feel like a Gopi, you anchor like a Gopi, you desire like a Gopi, you read like a Gopi, you meditate like a Gopi, and in fact you are a Gopi. The only thing that's not Gopi about you is your gender if you're a male, and your ego if you're a female. Think about that. Maybe a female body, but not a Gopi ego. You have a male body, but you have a Gopi ego and Gopi Bhav. And the Bhav and ego is the most required. Ego means identity. So you're a female body, but you're identifying on Ishwari. I'm a big boss. So let's read about Giriraj Govardhan. Giridhari Sham Hari Murari Sham Pyari Go. I wrote a song years ago, just names of Krishna. Specifically Giridhari, who I worship since 1990. This is our annual Annakut festival. 1990, 32 years. 1990 to 2010, and 22.
32 years.
What year is it?
1990.
22 and 10. 32 years. 32 years we had this Annakut festival, and the first few years I was by myself. Giriraj appeared to me in Sevakunj in Radha Damodar Mandir. He came when I was serving there in 1990. So this is the 32nd anniversary of our seva to Giriraj. So I'll read something from Nectar Devotion by Giriraj. This is describing Krishna's qualities, 64 qualities. This is Krishna's quality of Baliyan, like Balaram. Baliyan means extraordinary bodily strength. The devotee said, "My dear Krishna Bhaktas, may the left hand of Krishna, which lifted Govardhan Hill like a ball, save you from all dangers." So whenever you're in danger, you should think of Giriraj. Giriraj Dharan Ki Jai. His left, not even right hand is more powerful. He used his left hand and lifted up a mountain for 7 days. That's a nice point. So next point. 67. This book is well worn out. This is the quality of Krishna, determined. And there's a definition Rupa Goswami gives of the quality of determination. A person who fulfills his promises by practical activity is called determined. Very nice definition of determination. Did you hear what I said? A person who fulfills his promise is determined. In this Kali Yuga present age we live in, very rarely people keep their promises. That's why, in some spiritual institutions, they make people promise to follow 4 regular principles, which are a little difficult, to say the least. They have 4 regular principles regarding mixing of men and women, which doesn't make any sense. But outside of some selected institutions, such things are not required in spiritual life. Basically, in Indian spirituality, if someone comes to a guru, they already know what the standard of proper human behavior is, and they try to follow it. Generally, gurus, they want the devotees to be vegetarian and not drinkers. They shouldn't be drinking, taking intoxication, they should be vegetarian. And obvious moral behavior, this should be concluded, be followed. So I know when we went to our guru and other gurus outside of some minor institutions, gurus don't even ask anything about what they call 4 regular principles. These principles aren't really spelled out in scriptures so black and white. There's married people are supposed to be married, and husbands and wives do what they do. That's why they're married. But they're married to one husband, one wife, and they maintain their lives together and follow all principles of Dharma. That's perfect. It's not that you have 1 kid and that's it and all that. It's impossible. Even the greatest rishis and sages from Satyuga had hundreds of kids. There's no such thing as having 1 kid. Greatest sages and rishis and Prajapatis and others, all the Gotra leaders, they had many wives and many children. So that's the point. So, but this doesn't anything with Giriraj, but anyway. But the idea of saying a promise, that keep a promise, the main promise is to serve Krishna for your whole life. You promise to serve Krishna and not stop serving Krishna. This is the real thing. So this is the quality of determination, and Krishna has the quality of determination, which means he holds up his principle, he holds up his promise by practical action. He walks his talk. The Krishna promised that devotees are never defeated. It was best seen in the Leela of Giri Govardhan. Krishna stopped the Brijvasis from worshipping Indra. Indra became angry. But Krishna protected all the Brijvasis by lifting Govardhan Hill, which served as an umbrella. Indra at that time offered many prayers, and he said, Krishna, by your lifting Govardhan Hill, you protected the Brijvasis, and you kept your promise that your devotees are never vanquished. There's a verse in Gita where Krishna describes that. What's that verse?
Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasya.
Kaunteya pratijani name bhakti pranashiti. Krishna told Arjun, O Kaunteya, son of Kunti Arjun, you shout loudly on the battlefield, my devotee is never vanquished. So he wants Arjun to tell Duryodhana that they're all going to die. Because Krishna's driving Arjun's chariot, Hanuman is the Jaya Dwaj, Kavi Dwaj, Hanuman is a flag, we have a flag. They have a flag on top of the chariot. The Rath, Arjun's Rath has Kavi Dwaj, Hanuman, Jinda, flag of Hanuman, which means Arjun will be victorious. And Krishna said, tell Duryodhana he's going to die. Because my devotee Arjun will not die in this battlefield. Duryodhana, you'll die, and I'll make sure you die. Because you're a dharmic. So Krishna promises on the battlefield, and he promises every devotee that I'll protect you. So any worshipper of Govardhan should never be afraid of anything. Because the worshipper of Govardhan, Krishna picked up Govardhan for 7 days to protect Brijvasis. Who are Brijvasis? What is a Brijvasi? A Brijvasi is someone who worships Radha and Krishna, the mood of the gopis. This is a Brijvasi. Look at the Brijvasis living here today. Every Brijvasi in Vrindavan is practically a gopi. Every Goswami is a gopi. Pudri Goswami is a gopi. They're all gopis. And they're Bhav. Mohan Pandit is a gopi. Believe it or not. Yeah, big gopi. When it's all said and done, you get through all the different coverings and conditionings, and layers of other non-gopi ideas. Then underneath it all, they're all in gopi bhav, believe me. Sometimes you see the most ruthless businessmen from Loi Bazaar exhibit the greatest bhav of gopis. On Radhasmi and Janmashtami, I see in my own eyes. Dancing in a temple, going to Barsana, going in ecstasy, putting dope out of their head and dancing around like gopi. Mr. Kaurpati Agrawal from Loi Bazaar. So you can't judge a book by its cover. Be careful of judgment. Judge not, lest you be judged. Confirmed. Boom. Okay, watch out. The Leet Madhav describes, oh, this is very nice, pay attention. When Krishna lifted Gaur Hill with his pinky finger, of his weak hand, left hand, weak finger, pinky finger. And come on, he didn't even use his thumb, he didn't use his finger, pinky finger, just to show off to Indra. Krishna lifted a mountain with his pinky finger in his left hand. Not only that, because Krishna got the idea that pinky fingers are cool. Pinky fingers are really cool. He discovered that idea in Vrindavan. And when did he later show that idea? When did he show it again? Tricky question. When did Krishna show the unique quality of pinky fingers? He first unveiled the amazing quality of pinky finger in Giriraj Lila, right? What did Krishna do in Gauranga Lila? Tell me.
Lift Govardhan hill with his pinky finger of left hand.
With what?
Lift Govardhan hill.
Lift Gauranga Hill with his left hand from Roma, Italiano, Latando, Pinko. English is cool. I like it. It's nice. It's a nice English. I like it. You speak it. Where's the pizza? Correct. So when did he again show the beauty of his pinky? Tricky question. You're going to not reading Krishna book? Oh boy, bad boy. In the wrestling arena of Kamsa, Balaram took on Chanara, Mushtika, and Krishna took on Chanara. And while Krishna was wrestling, how old was he? He was 10 years old, 6 months, 8 days, or something like that. And Chanara was 33 years old. He was as old as Sakhipriya. He is her wrestling partner. But in this corner wearing pink trunks, Sakhipriya, and this corner wearing black trunks is Chanara. Who's going to win? So Krishna is fighting Chanara, I think, or one of the guys. Chanara. And then they're wrestling, like pushing and shoving back chest to chest armor. Then Krishna put out his pinkies. Krishna lifted his pinkies and went like this to Chanara. And Chanara said, what the hell is this? I'm 32 years old. I've been wrestling since I'm 10 years old. I've been wrestling for 22 years. We use open fists, we use closed fists. What's this pinky action? Because in Gauranga Lila, Krishna has one pinky. Because it's only Gauranga Hill, but he said, this guy's a mountain-like man. I better use 2 pinkies. One pinky held a mountain, but the mountain wasn't fighting back. The mountain was passive, just resting there peacefully. But this Chanara guy is mean-looking, shouting all kinds of nasty words, so there I get 2 pinkies. So not to be outdone by this little kid, 10-year-old kid with pinky kid, funky pinky. So he said, okay, I've never seen, this is a novel wrestling style, a weird invention, another weird thing coming out of Vrindavan. You know, pinky finger wrestling and gobi dresses. All kinds of weird stuff comes out of Vrindavan. Saris got replaced by gobi skirts, you know. Cholis got replaced by elastic t-shirts. That's the in thing. You know? So, no more button-down cholis, just get an elastic t-shirt. Okay, now, and the gobi skirt. Now, so it's kind of like a sari, you know. Yeah. So now pinky. So there's a guy he wrestles. So that's where pinkies came in again. You should know your stories. So, this is a story to illustrate Krishna's quality of shyness. Krishna's also shy, believe it or not. He steals girls' clothes. He breaks into people's houses, breaking an entry. It's a felony. Get arrested, jail term, breaking an entry. He steals yogurt and butter. And if he doesn't find any, if he finds some stinky butter, it's called vibatsa ras. It's stinky, oh, it's sour, oh. He goes and he pees on the floor. He goes in the corner of the lady's house and pees, it's right in the Bhagavatam. And if it's really bad, he pees on the floor and pinches the kid and wipes the sour yogurt on his face and runs away. So he pinches the kid so he's crying, and the baby has all the stinky 5-day-old yogurt wiped on his face, and Krishna runs out of the house. Just Krishna leaves his right. Hey, don't mess with me again, lady. I'm going to steal again from you, but make sure you have fresh butter. This time I'll burn down your house. So this is Krishna. But he shows the quality of shyness. When someone exhibits humility and bashfulness, he's called shy, or she's called shy. Humility and bashfulness. So when did Krishna show humility and bashfulness? The question. What's the answer? You ace students, Vidwan, Shashanipun.
Stealing the clothes.
Huh?
Stealing the clothes.
No. I was not shy at all. They were shy. What?
Govardhan Hill when Balaram looked at Krishna and Krishna was looking at the breast of Radharani. So Krishna see that Balarama is looking at him and he feels shy because he thinks that Balarama understands that he was looking at Radharani.
So this Leela, that exhibits Krishna's shyness, teaches us another point. That we see, it's called in Sanskrit, it's called Atmanam Manyate Jagat. Manyate Jagat means I think, Manyate, I think of the world according to the position of myself. So a lot of times we see someone looking at us, we think, we misinterpret that look that they have, that they're thinking something negative about us. So we misread our environment and we misjudge others because of our lack of perception of the reality of what's going on in somebody else's head or heart or mind. So this story that we're going to tell about shyness exhibits his qualities. Because Krishna is thinking one thing and Balaram is thinking another thing, but Krishna is worried about what somebody else thinks. You ever heard about that idea? Being worried about what someone else thinks about you? You understand the point I'm making? Being worried or concerned, oh, this person's looking at me, that means they know that I'm doing this, or they're thinking they know this about me, I'm worried they know this. This example shows that even in Krishna, this misapprehension and this mistaken conception is evident. So what's the describe it Rupa Goswami Lita Madan. Krishna was lifting Govardhan Hill for 7 days, and naturally he's missing Radharani too much. And everyone was there, Radharani, all the gopis, his mother, Yashoda, Jatiya, Kutiya, everybody, all the Vrajavasis, everybody's on the hill. So when Krishna was looking around, he saw Radharani, and Radharani saw him, and they were locked eyes together. They were looking at each other so lovingly. And Krishna's eyes were looking at Radharani's eyes, and they were also, because he split his eyes into half. The top half of his eyes was looking at Radharani's face, and the bottom half of his eyes was looking at the kunkam, and the top of Radharani's breast, not the bottom, because the bottom is covered with some cloth or something. The top of Radharani's breast was covered with red kunkam, which means saffron powder. And so Krishna, at the bottom of his eyes, he was looking at her breast and looking at her at the same time. And when he saw all that beauty of Radharani's face and breast, he became a little disturbed in the mind and started shaking and he'll yeah, you see, you also got disturbed. You identify with Krishna so much. He started shaking and he thought he's going to boom, drop the hill. Anybody's drop to go around the hill on anybody's head. So all the counterboys from Balaram, they stuck up their sticks. And Balaram was looking at Krishna, and Krishna saw Balaram looking at him, and Krishna became shy. Oh, my elder brother, he must have seen me staring at the breast of my girlfriend. And this is very embarrassing, shy moment. So Krishna his face turned red, he felt very shy. What's Balaram going to think? I'm just staring at the breast of my girlfriend in a public place. It's not too proper behavior. So Krishna, but he was trembling not because but Balaram and the cowboys, they didn't see that. They thought he's feeling tired. He's going to drop the mountain now. Then boom. So they all stuck out their coloring sticks to give Krishna some help. So this is the pastime that goes on showing Krishna's shyness. Giriraj Dharan ki jai. Krishna was smiling, thinking that the coward, Balaram was smiling because he thought the coward men are afraid that Krishna is going to drop to hell. But Krishna, so Balaram was thinking one thing, and Krishna was thinking Balaram caught him in the act of staring at the breasts of his girlfriend. And he didn't. It was not related. So this happens with us all the time. Thinking somebody's thinking about us and they're not. Thinking someone's talking about us or not. Same thing is in Krishna. As above, so below. But seeing Balaram, Krishna thinks, wrongly, that Balaram understood his mind, observing the breasts of the gopis, and immediately became bashful. So all the time, we're looking with our eyes, and we're misunderstanding our environment. We're misreading our environment. Oh, this guy went in this room with this girl. That's bad. There must be X-rated movie going on there. And they went in there to exchange phones or something, whatever. This guy, the one guy is his sister, the other guy's brother. But you see, this guy entered that room with this girl. What's that guy doing with that girl in there? It's his mother. This kind of misjudging, misapprehensions going on everywhere. Even in Krishna Lila. So what else we have? This is all Giriraj Lila. A little extra. Makes sense. Giriraj Dharan Ki Jai. Okay. This is all nectar devotion. A lot of sun in here. Amazing. Hey, Krishna Govinda. And so that's Balaram relating as a coward, as a friend, and Sakyaras as a brother. What did Yashoda, what did his mother Yashoda, what did she think about when she saw her 7-year-old son lived to go around hell? How old was Krishna when he lived to go around hell? 7 years old. 7. How old is she? 5. Boot. Bhutani. Ah. You went to Kailash, you became a boot. Headless boot. Okay, so what did Mother Yashoda think when Krishna was going to hell? She was confused, she became hesitated. She wanted to embrace him, but she became stunned. Seeing Krishna in such a dangerous position, Yashoda started crying because she felt helpless. And her throat choked up with anxiety. She couldn't even tell Krishna what he should do in that position. This is a symptom of becoming stunned in Vatsalya Ras. So this is the response of Yashoda Ma when she saw Krishna. She was like a typical mother, worried and powerless to change the situation. There's one more entry here. So a lot of crackers going on here, especially in this neighborhood, especially outside my front door. Yashaswini came last night to get some Mahaprasad. I met her at the door. I was on one side of the door because the door was locked. I gave her the key, opened the door, I gave her the Mahaprasad. I put the key on the door and there was boom! I heard a big boom. I said, and I didn't hear Yashaswini anymore. I thought she blew up. It was a big boom. It was right outside the gate. I said, because Haridas left. And she said, Giriraj, I give you the key, open the door, I have the prasad with the container. She made extra stuff. So I gave it to her. And then I said, boom! It was right. I thought, God, maybe she left her body. Yeah, sister, you there? Yeah, I'm there for the kid. Thank you. So these cracker guys are crazy. They're all happening right here. Usually they shoot rockets at our house. Well, the fun thing in the neighborhood is to bomb the Swami's house with rockets. So if I go on the roof in the morning, I find all kinds of rockets. That's a way of showing your love for Videshis, you know. Let's bomb the Videshi. It's a little unnerving. I see I'm on the roof sometimes. I don't go anymore. I used to go other years. I was on the roof. The rockets are coming up. But wait a minute. They have a Coke bottle, you know. You put it in a Coke bottle and you aim it. They're aiming at my roof. They go, well, it's coming this way. Funny guys. Anyway, different ideas over here. So Gaura Hill. This is an example of mixing of different rasas. Krishna was holding up Gaura Hill. His hair was scattered over his shoulders. He appeared to be perspiring. When Yashoda saw this, she began trembling. And she stared at the scene with broadened eyes. And at that time, Krishna began to exhibit various facial caricatures. So, just see, Krishna's a joker. He's dear Lalita Nayak, you know, he's a very funny, carefree, funny guy. So his mother's looking at him. The mother's looking worried, trembling, perspiring. Oh, my son, oh, your arm must hurt. I hope you don't drop the hill on your head. And Krishna's making funny. Krishna's making caricatures, making funny faces, making funny looks with his faces. So Mother Yashoda, her heart becomes ease and she starts laughing. So she became very happy, began to smile. And then when Yashoda, seeing Krishna holding up the hill for so long, 7 days and 7 nights, what happened to Yashoda? Her clothes became soaked with perspiration. So Krishna's lifting the hill, he's doing all the work and he's not sweating at all. He lifts the hill, nothing. And Mother Yashoda's not doing anything but worrying. And in her worried, unhappy condition, she's perspiring like anything. Pretty amazing. Mother Yashoda was doing all the work. Krishna was just there, hey, having fun, it's good. Because how is Krishna keeping cool? How is Krishna keeping cool? There's no fan under the hill. Krishna wasn't perspiring, he wasn't worried, he wasn't in tension. And Mother Yashoda was so worried, so worked up, and so anxiety, so she's perspiring. There's no way, Maharaj wasn't there with his fan. So what was Krishna, how was Krishna keeping? Krishna was keeping cool by the repeated fluttering of the gopis' eyelashes. The repeated fluttering of the gopis' eyelashes. The gopis look at Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Yeah, a girl looks at the guy, she goes, oh. She blinks her eyes. They blink. They do. You did. So many boys you went. Oh, Anthrobe or whatever, funny Russian name. You know, whatever. What's the Russian name? What's the Russian boy's name? Antone or Antrobe or what? Give me the name of a Russian guy. Petrovac.
Famous name, Vanya, Sasha.
Asha.
Sasha, Vanya.
Ivan.
Ivan.
Ivan. Ivan. So how did Krishna keep cool and keep her perspiring Where you're supposed to go downhill. Because the gopis were blinking their eyes so many thousands of times. Oh, Krishna, Krishna. And they're fanning Krishna with their eyelids. I saw it. I was there. In meditation. So, Mother Yashoda protects the whole universe with her mercy. Okay, that's good. So this is just a little example of some pastimes from Bhakti Rasa Sindhu about Giriraj. But the most important thing I want you to do is get in this habit of making friends with the books by looking up the index of subjects that you like and read the entries. You'll find a lot of happiness. Now put it down. You look up you look up any book in the index, look up Krishna book index, find so many things. Now you can look under here under Radharani, you find so many interesting points about Radharani. If you look up Krishna, look up Radharani, Vrindavan, Gopis, Rasa dance, etc. You find so many nice points. You can spend, and it'll give you some idea of the book. And just by looking up those things, which are the only things you're interested in, you get the main ideas of the book, and you'll read half the book anyway. Because half the book is about Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. And you skip over all the stuff you don't like. It's not the best thing, but it's get you going. You know, like your car doesn't start because the battery's dead. So you have to get it started, then you can drive. It's called jump start. You push it and you bypass the battery and ignite the clutch pad and the whatever generator starts the car. Boom, there you go. So let's jump start your interest in reading books. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you say, you take, like sometimes you take Teacher Lord Chaitanya, make sure English index. There's only 5-6 things about gopis. So read 5-6 pages, put down, okay, finished. It's 250-page book, read 5 pages. There's some books like that, they don't have very much about gopis. That's not the way to go. I've been reading these books for 47 years, cover to cover. But this new generation is too busy. Doing what? I don't know, but too busy with the phone and social media and this and that. Books are... I asked you want a book? No, I don't carry books. I have my phone. I have their phone, but I never read it. Anyway, somehow make friends with these books, read the passages you like, and hopefully you'll read the whole book. Because the whole book is important. At least read the interesting things you like, and augment and increase the knowledge and familiarity and bhavas of the interest that you have, which is Radha Krishna, serving Radha Krishna, and love and Gopi Bhav, and the Stairati and Madhura Rati forever in your Siddhaya. Giriraj Dharan Ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri